Hey everybody, Al Puglisi Trains with John Sethian and his two-rail O-scale layout was featured on the channel about a month ago. Please go to my channel and watch the initial video, but it's Sunday morning and we're going to run some trains, and we've got some special trains we didn't have time to run on the layout video, but we're going to run today, so I'm going to shut up and let John talk about it. Okay, John, tell us about the Congressional we've got here.
Congressional here. This was a train that ran from Washington, D.C. to New York and back both in the morning and the afternoon. It was basically a business class train, what it was. And if you look here, Al, there's a composite ad for the Congressional, showing the morning Congressional, the afternoon Congressional. I cut that out of a National Geographic, photoshopped it a little bit, add some lights so you can see what's going on.
And here we are.
They had special... They had the Tuscan color GG1s with the horn, and they had special passenger cars made for it.
Wow. Let's watch it go by, folks, as it leaves the station. And these are Golden Gate Depot.
Golden Gate aluminum cars, and the GG1 itself is a Sunset Third Rail, same basic company, GG1.
And these are aluminum cars, I believe.
These are aluminum, yeah. Correct rib side, Scott Mann of the company. Every car is unique, different, and appropriate for the train. So there's a tavern lounge, there's a diner, there's just a coach for the poor businessman, if you will.
Wow. Folks, forgive me, I have to go pretty quick here. Chase the Congressional, it's on a tight schedule. And wow, is she pretty. My goodness gracious. And to see more of John's layout, folks, again, go to my channel and go to layout visits on the playlist, and you can watch a lot more being run on the layout. But today we're going to run some trains that we didn't get to run. So as the Congressional leaves, we're going to run some more goodies. And there she goes.
Make sure it's stuck at the right place.
All right, now John, tell us about this freight coming out of the tunnel.
P5A Freight. These were the original Penske passenger engines, also dual use for freight. They discovered they didn't quite have the hauling capacity or the speed that they needed. So they built the GG1s. They were originally built as the box cabs, which you see in the front here.
Okay, and is this all rivets?
No, that is a P5A modified.
Wow.
They had a grade crossing accident which killed the engineer and the fireman, so Penske decided to remodify the locomotive and build new ones that had the one trailing behind it and that kind of a street body. Sort of a precursor to the GG1.
This is beautiful, this Consus here. So the two in the front are the later versions?
The two are one of the earlier.
Oh, the earlier. And then the one that has the similar GG1 lines is the later version.
Right. And I'm going to stop it. Got your photos on. Notice the pantograph.
Ooh.
They go up and down.
Oh, let's see that again.
No, you have to put it forward.
Oh, my
That's prototypical operation.
God. Okay.
These are MTH units, which I two-railed. The P5As were fairly straightforward. The P5A modified was fairly straightforward. The P5A box cabs in the front were a real pain, because getting the handrails down the steps and that kind of stuff.
We were talking about boiling my railroad blood, folks. This is just insane. Oh, I love it. Let's go around and catch it.
And people ask why I use DCS as the control system. Well, I got a lot of reasons. My official reason is only MTH made sounds appropriate for a broad range of electrics.
Right.
DCC does not, only makes for the GG1.
that early version, again, that's called, and I'm not that up, the one in the back is called a what now?
That's called a P5A modified.
Okay.
And these are the P5A box cabs.
Wow. And we'll watch them disappear with some freight.
Yep.
And see what else rears its beautiful.
I got a couple more to show you.
All right.
Let's get this. That, by the way, is my 1956 Dinky Centurion tank.
Oh, wow. Away she goes. Folks, the last time I was here, I didn't notice these signals. All the signals work, don't they, John?
Yes.
And
what they do is they tell me which way the switches are turned.
Yes.
They're not the typical block occupancy detector, but
wow.
When you have trouble running your own layout, you need every help you get.
Oh yeah, I just noticed those filming. And what do we have back here that you said it's going to come out?
With the bright headlight, you can see. These are an 01A.
Okay.
They were the predecessor of the P5As you just saw.
Okay.
So you'll notice this has, basically 4 drive wheels. The P5As had 6. The GG1s, have 12.
Wow.
So, and these were used for commuter service. Again, you got the unique, slightly obnoxious whistle.
Oh wow, that's the whistle?
Yeah, that's the whistle.
I thought that was a doorbell for the house.
No.
Oh my God.
Yeah. With the ring doorbell.
Yeah.
They're brass. They were made by Sunset. They're an interesting case of they were made for 3-rail market. Then they came out with the 2-rail market, and they ignored things like pilots and cow catchers and stuff like that on. So I had to add them.
Here it comes.
Here it comes.
Get a bird's eye view of it. And this is just a local commuter train. Nothing interesting.
That prototypically may have been more cars that they could reel into the hole. I don't know.
Right.
But it looks cool.
Oh yeah. And away she goes. We got the Lockheed Constellation, and she's making some good time because she's late getting to the station. And that little anemic whistle. Yeah. Oh my God. I would have sent him back and said, there's something wrong with the whistle in this thing. And away she goes. The crew, the signal men are going to deal with it.
Okay.
All right, folks. Now, I am not that averse in Penzie, and I always heard the term old rivets, old rivets. John, tell us the story you just told me about what is old rivets.
Old rivets was the original GG1.
Okay.
The body, the shell, if you will, was all riveted together. And if you look closely, you can see all those rivets in there holding them together. This was made by Sunset.
Okay.
Old rivets went in production. It went in operation. It lasted all the way to the end of GG1 operation.
My goodness.
Must change its paint scheme probably about a half a dozen times. This is the earliest one, 5 stripes. It was written by Conrail. It has since been retired, as all the GG1s are. And if I may start a GoFundMe campaign somewhere, because the old rivets is sitting outside, rusting away at the Pennsylvania Railroad Museum in Strasburg, Pennsylvania.
Now, old rivets is 4,800.
4,800. I think it got renumbered to something else later on, and then back to 4,800. But yes.
And now the one behind it now.
That's a conventional GG.
That's a conventional. Let me just show folks that you can see the rivets aren't there.
Yeah.
How many? Only made one with rivets, right?
Only one. 139 total. All of them survived.
Okay.
One of them, even the one that crashed in the Union Station, fell through the floor below.
This is a mail train.
This is a mail train.
That, folks, is drop dead gorgeous. It's an eye candy train. There's a lot of variety in this mail train.
I'm going to slow the train down or talk quickly. That blue car coming up.
Okay.
In fact, I'm going to stop the car.
This thing's gorgeous.
That is a very special car. I don't know how good your phone is, Can you zoom in on that little writing in front of the baggage card?
Right. Oh yeah.
Can you zoom in?
Oh yes, I can. It says assigned United States Atomic Energy Commission. Loading only when empty. Return to. It's a little hard to. LANR, Oak Ridge, Tennessee.
This car carries strategic nuclear materials.
Ooh.
They had to move around the country. I won't go into too many details.
Okay.
And what they did was they took an old passenger car and literally hid the nuclear materials in plain sight.
God.
The crew, the guards, if you will, were in the back, the heavily armed guards. And inside that door you're looking at, that's not a normal baggage car door. It's much smaller, is where the strategic nuclear materials were kept.
Good God.
I took a Golden Gate Depot passenger car and I must have cut it up into a dozen sections to get the window arrangement right, the door arrangement right, put it all back together, got the striping reasonably correct. I did add the green light in the baggage compartment, which is not prototypical, but I had to have that.
This is spectacular. Now, what a history lesson here. You've got old rivets pulling an atomic energy. So God knows what the hell atomic waste could be in here.
It's not waste, and let's just leave it at that.
We're leaving it at that. Okay. Oh, man.
But I had to have it.
Right.
So, and there's a couple of books that describe that thing. And the rest of them were... I just started collecting cars appropriate for a mail train.
Right.
They're not necessarily, it's not an authentic, real Pennsy mail train.
Right.
And I added a couple of reefers at the end, but so what?
I love it.
Yeah.
Man, this train is, I've seen a million mail trains and, okay, they're not too exciting, but folks, this one is exciting. And then you got added another 150 details to this old Lionel caboose here.
Lionel. That's a Lionel N5 caboose. Cabin car, excuse me, sorry, Pennsylvania.
This train is eye candy, big time, folks. All right, folks, forgive the quick moving, but I want to get the train's old rivets. And they're moving at a pretty good clip, so I just want to, again, get the eye candy on this train. You know what? I think you've just, I never said this in the other video because I didn't want my wife hearing it, but the first thing I said when I got home seeing your original layout, John, was I want to try to get a 2-rail O-scale aero train.
Yep.
And I've been looking for one. Folks, anybody out there have a 2-rail O-scale Pennsy 9-car aero train, contact me. I'm looking for one. And now I want a mail train. This mail train is just such cool eye candy. This Southern Pacific car, is that a mail train found?
That's Golden Gate.
Okay.
Yeah, the Scott Mann's company. Yeah, the Harriman car.
All right. That Longboy Pennsy car
That's
like
a great car. That's the infamous X42 boxcar. You used to just carry bulk mail.
That's what, an 80-foot or 60-foot?
I think it's a 60-foot.
Who made that car?
P company, and they didn't make that many of them. And I do have a story about that.
Sure, let's hear it.
A friend of our local O-scale group, a guy named Doug Jones, passed away, and we have a tradition that we get the people of the group first crack at it, and buying it. And they're priced so they're well below market, but not enough to turn around and sell it for a profit would be very bad form.
Right.
So you cut cards for which car you're going to get first. You have the first choice. I really, really wanted that car. I've known Doug for about 7 or 8 years. I drew the Queen of Spades. I was the luckiest. I'm normally the world's worst poker player, but that particular instant,
you hit the jackpot.
I hit the jackpot.
And I'm going to show that car again, folks. It went by, but
I'm sorry.
that's okay.
It's hidden.
He's gonna pop out, and when he does, I'm gonna show it to you.
Come out.
She's gonna come out up here, and Good morning, Howard Zane. I'm sure you're watching this. Here's one of your favorite airplanes, your Lockheed Constellation. And let's see if we can stop it, John, or look at that car. There it is. That's it, the Penzi. I saw it. We're good, John.
You got it?
Yep. Anyway, this Constellation flying in the background here, that's a smaller size?
Yeah, I think that's 1/144.
Okay, it gives you a forced perspective.
Yeah.
And
I think it's a Corgi, but I can't remember for sure.
what a beautiful airplane.
Yeah.
Get back. All right, let's pause it. Well, folks, while John's moving some trains around here, we talked about this on the layout visit video. Again, this is a layout visit, but we're doing a little more running of trains today. These are the Sharks, and yes, they ran Sharks ABBA. Anybody out there that thinks they only ran Sharks ABA is mistaken. They did run them like this. And these were Lionels that you modified, is that?
Yes. Yeah.
But wow, they just, let me pan away. That's another eye candy shot. I've always had a soft spot for Penzi, and this is causing me tremendous grief because this could be on my list for something I want to look for. But let me pause it. Now, hiding back here, John, what do we have hiding back here ready to go?
An H10 consolidation. It is, believe it or not, an MTH 2-rail model.
Really?
I made very minor modifications to that.
It looks brass. It looks very...
They did a good job with it. I mean, I coupled them closer together, ended the tender deck plate, got rid of the huge anaconda tender.
Right.
And it runs well. It looks good. Pulling this freight you see here.
And a lot of folks don't have the steam on their 2-rail. It's a very, everybody in high rail scale does it, but you're the first person I've seen in 2-rail O scale that had the smoke.
You need to visit. Oh, the smoke, yes.
Yes.
Yeah. 2-rail steam, there's plenty of that, but the smoke.
She's gonna.
If we were to do about 5 or 6 laps,
it would fill the room.
It would fill the room and people upstairs too.
Yeah, and they don't want. My wife's very allergic to that.
Immediately, I get tired of it too. Let me get out of here.
Yep, beautiful little guy there. And this will be the last train of the day, folks.
Yeah.
And John, I really appreciate your hospitality, letting us come and film. We've got 29,000 views of the layout so far, and this is going to probably be another 29,000. Let's get 100,000 views, folks, on this. It's just running trains, having a great time. And she's going to come out here, and we're going to watch her. I think she's going to come out the third. Yep, there she goes. Thanks so much for watching my channel, folks. If you like what you see, it's really important that you hit the subscribe button. I need subscribers. And the more subscribers, the more YouTube pushes the channel out. And it's the only way, it's the main way that I can grow this on YouTube. Thanks so much for watching. And again, if anybody out there has an Aero Train 2-rail O scale for sale, contact Al Puglisi at alpug1@verizon.net. Thanks.